considering the wind we had today, Kurt, the eHawkeye actually surprised me. Yeah. I didn't think it would. I didn't think it would be able to cut through the wind or be able to handle the turns more than anything. Because on a plane this size, really on up to a park flyer, in gusts like that, you always notice when you're turning, especially, well, obviously when in your
downwind turn.
No, actually on your into the wind when you're turning upwind.
Yeah.
It wants to roll on you. As soon as you get that thing sideways, it wants to just. If you're not using rudder, they always want to just flop over, and you're fighting that.
Yeah, so your downwind turn, when you're turning to go downwind, it wants to just kind of
lift right up and over. Yeah, and with this only being a 3-channel, I mean, you're limited as your control surfaces. You don't have those ailerons to help level you out to use the rudder.
And your rudder's going to bank you immediately.
It flew. I mean, we kind of joke about it a little bit in the intro, but it flew. It flew well, actually. It flew real well.
Yeah, and you had stick time with this.
Yeah, I did.
You pretty much cooked the whole battery on it.
Oh, I cooked the whole battery. Cooked it. Literally cooked it.
Yeah, cooked it.
And that was before we even got it off the ground.
Off the ground, yeah. Well, you're good at that.
Well, I shouldn't keep pennies in my pocket with bare leads on the batteries.
Got to keep those batteries warm somehow.
Yeah, we do. Well, let's jump into model. The review. The model characteristics, build as advertised, 5 out of 5. Another one of your types of planes, Kurt, there's nothing to do. Nope. So that was the end of that discussion.
Yeah.
Finished 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, it's very basic. Just painted fuselage, wings are white, canopy's white, good horizontal stabilizers white. So it's not. It's kind of a no frills plane.
Yeah.
They give you 4 stickers or something like that.
On something like this, you can't really sit there and say, well, let's critique the paint job and the sticker. Finish is.
The paint is on there. It sticks well.
Yep.
That's good enough. What do you want?
Exactly.
You want to get fancy?
I'm not asking for any more.
Throw some more paint on and then just consider it ballast. You'll get that much better, control and a little more.
At least paint a guy on there. 2 eyes and a mouth, make it look like car. Okay.
Yeah, make it. It's right on the canopy.
Pixar.
That would look great. Big tongue. You want a tongue on there, Rob?
Yeah, I want
off to the side.
Shark
smiley face.
Can we move on?
Yes.
Okay. Power, 4 out of 5.
For what it is, it's a powered. Little tiny mini glider.
I said it before. In fact, I'm the one that pushed you to go to 4.5 or 4 out of 5.
Yeah, but
I thought
I'm always trying to compensate with more power.
Well, I know you are. You always want more power.
I used to compensate with my truck, but then you went out and bought the same exact thing. So I guess we're in the same club. Right?
And I didn't need to compensate. So what did that tell you? Anyhow, power.
I walked right into that. Go ahead.
I think you did. I think it's got more than enough power. It's not a powerhouse by any means. It's not going to
get you up to altitude.
It'll get you up to altitude, but what I noticed today was when you needed to get yourself back up there or get yourself out of a situation, there was ample power for it. It was fine.
Yep.
It was fine. Does that put it to rest?
Yeah, it's not a power plane. It's electric glider. So, power glider. I got it. That was in the first sentence or so, but yeah, go ahead. Next. Ground handling, I think, Rob.
Ground handling. 4.
You want me to take that sheet?
No, I got it.
All right.
You just let me do my job.
Do your thing, man.
Ground handling, 4.5 out of 5.
It behaved really well.
It handled the ground perfect for me on that last landing.
Yeah, it actually.
No, actually, that was you.
Was that me?
Yeah, that was you.
No, that was you.
No, it wasn't. Mine came in fine. I only landed it once.
You literally said you, so we're going to stick with that.
Oh, it's when I tried to catch it.
Yeah, I tried to catch it. Yeah,
okay.
No, it handled well. It got in the ground.
Actually, on film, if you watch, Kurt actually makes it look like it's a lot less windy out there than it was. It was pretty gusty, and he had it floating along very stable and very close to the ground several times. So I think it was a testament of just how stable the airframe is.
Yeah, I can't make it do what it can't do, so it was very controllable in those conditions.
Yep. We can move on to durability. 5 out of 5. Speaking of durability, we'll go back to what we were saying. We're goofing off, and
try to hand catch it.
I tried to catch it, and at the last second, it just hit a pocket of air and went right above my fingers, and went boink, nose first into the ground. Not full speed, but.
And you are no NBA player, so it went right through your fingertips.
Well, I wasn't trying to be. I have a vertical lift of about 4 inches if I try.
Add vertical challenge to the long list of challenges that you face, Rob. I think it's, and I mean as a compliment. What you've actually accomplished based on all of those deficits is just amazing. It's truly a testament to the courageous human spirit, perseverance. Boy. Go ahead. Pilot experience, flight as advertised. I said it for you. Let me give you the score. 4 out of 5. Flight experience. It's a tiny little
show.
It's for a tiny little plane with no weight. Yeah. I mean, the thing weighs next to nothing. It flies well. Would you hesitate to take this out to a park? You got a couple of 450 milliamp or 480 milliamp batteries. They charge up fast. You got it. You got nothing better going on. You're stuck at a family picnic or something like that. I mean, you know what those things are like.
We don't have those.
No, but you know what they're like. You've seen them.
Yeah.
You can only imagine how bad ours would be, and then the fact that it's not even your family. Imagine sitting at someone else's family picnic, Rob. You would be bored out of your skull. You take this thing along with you. Not that that's a good selling point. I mean, that's you know, hey, this is the plane you take when you have absolutely nothing better to do and you want to claw your eyes out. No, it's just one of those classic little take it to the lake, take it on the weekend trip or whatever. It's small, compact. You can literally pop that wing out and just stick the two together, and you stick it in a door pocket practically. And it's that kind of fun, though.
Yeah, it is.
And you get long flight times out.
Yeah.
You get a little bit of a breeze. You can get up there, like when you go up to the lake every summer. That'd be a classic one for you to sit out there and just chill out.
Go up to the lake every day
with your Mai Tai or whatever you drink.
Yeah.
Now, I'd probably beer, isn't it? You probably have beer. It's a man drink.
Well,
Whiskey?
I can tell you, it's not
Vodka.
an apple.
What do you drink?
It's not a
Apple-tini?
caramel apple teeny.
Caramel apple macchiato.
That was for you, Suzanne.
Ooh.
You'll remember that.
Moving on. Flight time.
Flight time, 4 out of 5. We actually got quite a bit of flight out of this.
We did, yeah, and since it's a power glider, it's get it up, float it down, get it up, float it down. So you can do that for a long time. 10-minute flights would not be a challenge on this thing if you were taking it up to altitude every time and have a little bit of a breeze to play with, or not even to mention lift. If you had any kind of thermal going on or any kind of lift wall going on off the side of a little cliff or something, you could have a heyday with this thing.
Yeah. Field size, we've got it marked as a park, as you said earlier. Yeah, it doesn't take a lot of room. Portability, 5 out of 5. Stick in your back pocket and go.
Yep.
Not really, but
in your
you
back
know what I'm
pocket.
saying.
You probably could,
well, the
but
folding
it'd
prop
probably
you
bend
could.
Yeah.
Okay, skill level.
Tough pulling it out then, because then they fold forward.
Kind of like a fish hook, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Goes in easy, comes out really, really tough.
Skill level, beginner on a calm day. I wouldn't hesitate to let this be someone's first introduction into flight.
You mentioned that, and I hadn't even thought about it until you mentioned it when we were wrapping up at the field.
Would be.
If it was a dead calm, flight in dead calm, weather, and if somebody wanted to have a durable little.
If you think of all the platforms out there, a lot of times people think some of the smaller micros, that fly real slow and stuff. They're fragile.
Absolutely, and that's not.
This thing, I mean, if you look at it, we've talked about it many times. What is there to damage? Obviously, you can break stuff, but it's flight in its most simplistic form.
Yeah, and
it works.
Its own mass is so much less compared to the fragility of a micro, an ultra micro in a lot of cases. It's tough. I mean, it's that EPO foam that's going to bend before it breaks, long before it breaks. And when you try to catch it by hand and it flipped off or whatever and went straight, it went into a heavy nose in.
Well, sure.
It didn't even compress the foam.
No.
So
it didn't even put a wrinkle in it.
Nope.
So
I'd agree. I would agree with that.
I knew one of these days we'd have to find something you'd agree with me
on. One thing.
Okay, but with wind, we did go to intermediate, and that has nothing to do with the airframe. It has everything to do with learning how to fly in the wind.
Yeah.
And
this is a good trainer for flying
in the wind. It is. If you have no experience flying in wind at all, it doesn't matter what you throw up there. It's going to do things that you have no idea why it's doing, what's it doing, or how to react to it. And that's mainly the main thing with wind, is using it to your advantage.
Yep. Relaxing and let the plane do its little dance around.
Because it's going to jump all over. It's going to go up and down, and then you're not going to lose control of it if you just calm down and relax.
You get a break. Yep. Well, that wraps up our review of the eHawkeye. Available now, so you can find it out. We looked at the pricing on Tower Hobbies. They have full stock on it at the time of this review. If you'd like to see the full review, you can go to our website at 2bfly.com. For mobile users, you can go to rcflightsource.com, download our mobile app, and take our content with you on the go. I'm Kurt with Two Brothers Hobby.
And I'm Rob. Thanks for watching.